Throw it up. Start twerking like Miley. Oh yeah, twerking like Miley. Don't pop it like Miley.
Here, and they would have the perfect opportunity to pick it here up since Gray and St. Catherine are already banned. No, they go for Finn.
That Finn focus once again. I would really like to see Team SoloMid pick up the Lyra here at the Unified Live Championship. FlashX was one of the ones that was prioritizing the Lyra over anything else as his carry or as his captain of choice.
Yeah.
Almost being able to carry games with the amount of healing he was able to.
Honestly, when you think of FlashX, you think of Lyra. I feel like that's kind of his pick these days. I know it used to be Arden a long time ago, but I feel like since the last couple of seasons at least, Lyra's definitely been his #1 pick.
Yeah, and this is a matchup that's worth finals worthy. It's going to decide a lot for the season 2 to tell us about these two teams. Who's going to be the contender for that spot for Worlds? We know that C9 usually ends up beating both teams, but it's the competition among them. So we're going to get to see which one comes out ahead early on in the season.
Putting our predictions to the test right off the bat.
Yeah.
This is both of our picks to be the team that gets that world spot, but that's going to be the Lyra grabbed up for Team SoloMid. They gave it a lot of thought, using about half of their bonus time just to decide on locking in that Lyra and then banning away the Scarf.
Yeah, the Scarf ban, that's a character that you do not want to give to DNZio.
Yep.
He's very outspoken about how strong he can perform on it. TSM are respecting it, and they say no Scarf for you, DNZio.
DNZio going to be banned as well. We didn't see this at all in Europe, but in the Championship, we saw a huge amount of DNZio, especially in the hands of DNZio. So interesting that Tribe are the ones to take that one away.
Yeah, well, BestChuck is one of the players that can take the DNZio as well. Obviously, you can give BestChuck almost any hero and expect him to perform at an incredibly high level.
Yeah,
so
he's not just an average Chuck after all.
But they don't want that double heal going through. That's the main reason why the DNZio was banned away. Kroll going to be picked up for VONC. This is another one of those picks that we saw him playing a ton of at Unified Live.
Yeah, this is a very strong character that VONC can perform very well on. He's very confident on it. I want to see what Tribe have prepared for it, because surely letting it through, they would know that VONC would pick it up. So they must have a plan ready. Vox is pretty good at dealing with Cruel because he gets the Poison Shiv in most of his builds, and he can kite out very effectively, especially with Finn later on. That's going to be easy to do. But one thing I want to point out, Cruel, as we've mentioned before, is very strong early game. He can apply a lot of pressure in jungle because he can win most 1v1s, and he can apply pressure in lane because his ganking is very effective. So against Finn, that's a lot of room to play with because Finn is very mobile.
ttigers going to be locking in the Batiste jungle coming into this one. Not something that I was particularly expecting to round out this composition, but definitely a strong jungler. You can see last season, 56.4% win rate is definitely respectable.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a hero that can make a lot of plays happen. It was very flexible last season. Obviously, in this composition, almost certainly going to be in the jungle. But there's the Celeste, that late game hyper carry crystal mage for BestChuck. This is one of his top.
If we can get back to that point that you were making here. Flash is going to be ordained up. They hold the ground. Zio, he goes right through the wall. VONC quibbled up and taken down.
It's going to be harder and harder for them to find the engaging opportunities.
From Hellsar, it's able to connect. Oh, the core collapse as well. The damage comes through. Solar Storm clips him. It's the Spectral Smite activation, able to get it. And with the healing from that Flask, VONC is right back in fighting shape. VONC also playing around that cooldown now. Ordained is out. Quibble's going to come through as well. VONC taking a lot of damage, but he wants Zio. Zio kiting backwards. Can he get there? Yes, he can. VONC not able to find the kill. They turn it around, take VONC down.
Looks like he's playing at his best. MaxGreen there, tanking up a lot of damage because of that.
Well, it was a nice way. And from Hell's Heart connects. It's onto Tiggs. Tiggs taking a whole bunch of damage. The fountain comes out. He's down anyway. VONC onto Zio. Zio kiting back. Can he get another Sonic Zoom? 2 seconds. VONC got a bunch of weakness stacks. The fountain will come out from Flash. They're keeping him alive at this point after. So we'll see if they can do that again. It's going to be a Crucible coming out of Flash. BestChuck able to hold his reflex here. A couple of Helios down. Max taking a whole bunch of damage. Are they committing? The Quibble lands onto 2. Moving forward. Good job by Max to be the front side. ttigers taking a whole bunch of damage. He's taken down with a massive Solar Storm. So VONC, he's in there, but right back out. The wait for it should come through, landing onto another Quibble. What can you do? Zio kiting back with his Sonic Zoom. He turns it. Good damage coming out, but you got to be careful. BestChuck's still here. He has a lot of damage. The Helios Supernova comes through. A double kill coming out for BestChuck and MaxGreen. Last man standing here. It's a 2 for 2, but BestChuck should get the better of this one. The basic attack will follow for days. A Heliogenesis to clean up, and an ace for Team SoloMid here. Now, things get interesting, Scoundrel. We're 15 minutes in. Kraken has spawned on the map, so a big team fight can spell disaster. Oh, 3-man! Global coming through. MaxGreen. Woo! Who is this guy? Look at the Helio's down, actually from Hell's Heart connecting on to Finn. Finn trying to get back. He body blocked that from Hell's Heart as well. A wait for it comes through, silencing up to Flash. Is going to move back. Look at this disruption coming out. ttigers trying to find the damage on BestChuck, but they take him down. BestChuck with a double. He's looking for the triple.
Triple kill.
Yeah, how about a triple kill? Why not?
So I think Echo would have been a really good item for MaxGreen to pick up to get past the Crucible, which is the one barrier that is stopping MaxGreen from actually landing, you know, this.
All right, well, there's your first Crucible off. SoloStorm's just going to rip through. Tiggs taking on BestChuck, lighting him up. Wow, that was a thing of beauty. Kraken still incredibly healthy. This is looking like Shrive going to get taken out here early on. 17 minutes into this one. Big damage coming out. Yeah, this is going to be all she wrote. Team SoloMid. Little taunt coming out of VONC as he dances his way around this Vein Crystal, shattering. DNZio not feeling too good about this one, bud.
I gotta say, the life buff certainly has some incredible effects on DNZio and his squad, but online, TSM still reign king. Unbelievable performance from them. They struggled against these guys. They had a really tough series against these guys at the North American Unified Live Championships, but they drafted well, they played well, and deserved the victory.
If they give it to Tribe Gaming and MaxGreen gets Catherine, that's one of his strongest characters. You do not want to see him on Catherine. He's incredibly scary.
Yeah, and going for a Catherine pick, it just... When you lock in Catherine, you've already influenced the next 2 to 3 picks of the draft, because you know for a fact that when you have Catherine, your opponents do not want to give you Baptiste, and so you're basically guaranteeing that Baptiste will either be picked first or banned by Tribe Gaming if you go for that pick. So you're basically influencing what your opponents are doing. Right off the bat, gives you a really easy decision.
Certainly does. Catherine will be locked in. A fairly unsurprising lock-in coming in for TSM. This is something that it's been highly contested across the course of the day. Most games it has just been banned out, but Tribe with an instant response, grabbing themselves a glaive and banning away the crawl.
That's a 3-way flex pick with the glaive. It can be played on lane, can be played in the jungle, and in roam position. They end up taking Cruel 2 away from VONC. Last game, he got a power spike around level 6 where he also picked up Tension Bow and went to lane ganked. He's a very incredibly strong player on Cruel, and they don't want to see him on it again.
There was a very smart draft by Tribe, because it then forced Team SoloMid to decide on the Scarf or the Baptiste. They let the Baptiste through. It gets taken by Tribe because they can't give that back over to Team SoloMid. So TSM with a calculated response to it, but a calculated response that was forced by Tribe Gaming.
Now, I have to ask, is the Baptiste... you know, obviously there's the Catherine situation there, but the Baptiste seems like an interesting pick considering tigers really didn't have that great of a game last game on the Baptiste.
He didn't, but generally he's a very good Baptiste player. He's actually one of the strongest in North America, I would say. The Gwen and the Rhyme end up coming through. Gwen is not a character that we traditionally see. I think it's going to be really good against the Baptiste or Dane. With the Skedaddle, you can get out of it. It's an easy getaway type of thing. At the same time, though, while Tribe had to take the Baptiste away, it works good for their composition just because if they play the glaive in lane, that's a Baptiste in the jungle CP. Good synergy there.
You can also flex the Baptiste into a captain role as well and still pick a CP laner. The Celeste is still available if they want to go that way. But the Rhyme pick, I think, is the really interesting one here. We typically only see Rhyme as a B-side counter pick, so the fact that they went for it this early is a little bit eye-opening.
Honestly, the one I want to talk about is the Gwen pick right here. We haven't seen this since like week 3 or something of last season, and 30% win rate as well. It's not like this has been a highly successful hero as of recent history. Like, what is the logic to going with the Gwen here? Is it just for specifically the Baptiste?
Yeah, it is very situational here, just to have that escape available to you if you need it. The only problem is that you can't skedaddle away from an afterburn. So if Gwen is too close, which generally she's gonna get too close because of her auto attack range, Glaive is gonna be able to afterburn her and is still getting locked down.
This Flash can throw up his blast trimmer at any point. Of course, they might be able to block that one up if they see it coming. The turret taking a whole bunch of damage. Tribe, they lost their turret. Now they decide to fight. The blast trimmer connects on his as well. TSM, big damage. Fearsome Shade biting them just a second, but Max will fall as well. That is a huge loss for Tribe as they lose too. Tiggs not able to do anything.
Wait a second.
Oh, Tiggs is out. This is a big damage boost. Booster. Too much damage. in the lane. He's able to find a kill. Tiggs, not enough healing to keep him alive, and that's going to be a double kill. Out here. Flash finding a stun, but eating some of that damage coming out of Zio. Zio, he has pretty good positioning at this point. Flash with the Merciless Pursuit moving forward, activates the Storm Guard, finds the stun on the Zio. Zio shrouds steps back. MaxGreen doing his best. A nice dodge and the ace is high. There you go to have the Afterburn in. The Valkyrie comes down, but they've already lost BestChuck. TSM on the retreat now. VONC throwing the Winter Spires. A nice Shimmer Strike, putting Zio into good position. Blast Trimmer will cancel off a little bit of the aggression. VONC should be able to get out of this one. FlashX, bold move, my friend. Another Afterburn. Tiggs, he's on to VONC. Flash dropping low. They've got Flash. Max, he's low. Tiggs is low. Zio's low. VONC wants some. He's in there in the party, booting forward. Throws the Winter Spire. He'll be able to take Tiggs down. These guys, they're here for the dance, the symphony, and for the fun. VONC.
Wrong way, buddy. Wrong way. Now the time its Monocle's been finished again. Still no armor on that front line for Tribe. And, you know, Gwen, like we said, is one of the most easily countered weapon power carries for. Wait a second. Flash is going in.
Done. The ace is high as well. Max getting dropped down. Max, he's able to get out the fountain just on the edge, but they take him down anyway. BestChuck's in deep. Zio with a Shimmer Strike over the top. Zio staying alive. They want him. They got him. VONC in deep. He's taking the crystal turret damage. He doesn't even care. He's a rhyme. My goodness, the sustain's intense. ttigers at full health. VONC low, Flash low as well. They're going to move in. Winter Spire's there. Flash can find the damage. He gets Afterburn back. He's taking the damage. Flash is going to go down. What a play out of Tiggs. He's turning around. Crack still marching on the Bane Crystal Turret at this point. VONC hanging around. They're able to take one down. Tiggs, he's on to him. He should be able to find the kill. The healing flask is there, though. What's up? What's happening? Afterburn over the top. MaxGreen's got him. They got Ordained. They dance around, avoid the damage. Take him down. Get the ace. Positioning on the backside. He doesn't
Chuck. Look at Chuck. Look at Chuck.
Out. Yeah, this is BestChuck running right down the lane. They realize this. Tribe trying to get back. MaxGreen, he's in the best position to do so. Zio's playing with VONC. Flash will go ahead and throw the Blast Trimmer out there. Tiggs, he's got the minions anchored on him. The minions come over the top and cancels his TVT. Tigers just got trolled out harder than I've ever seen anybody get trolled out by a jungle monster. What a disaster as BestChuck finishes this one out. Max just watches in horror as his Vein Crystal falls, and TSM are going to take this series 2-0.